Hello everyone, thanks for clicking on the link. My name is Catherine, and for those of you I haven't met, I teach mindfulness mainly in the Novara Centre in Bray, which is just on the seafront in North Wicklow, Bray, and I work under the heading of Mindful Way. So I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you a very happy new year. So we're just a few days into 2019. And I'd like to tell you about an 8-week programme that we have beginning on the 29th of January in the Novara Centre in Bray. It's the 8-week mindfulness-based stress reduction programme. So some people may have heard this programme being referred to as the MBSR, so it's the same programme, the mindfulness-based stress reduction programme. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about this programme, but before we do that, I'd like to guide you in a short mindfulness practice to give you an idea of what it feels like to practice mindfulness and what even is it? What is mindfulness? So mindfulness is this practice of focusing our attention on what's happening right now. So thoughts, emotions, body sensations, sounds, focusing on the present moment and just being with it as it is. So not trying to change anything, not trying to fix anything in that moment, just in that moment being with what is present in that moment. So this might seem quite simple, but it isn't that simple. That's why it's called a practice, because we have minds that like to wander a lot. So we have wandering minds, and our minds can wander to the past. So we can find ourselves rehashing conversations that we've had or going over things that have happened or remembering something. And we can also find ourselves projecting into the future, whether it's into later on today or into 12 months' time or 20 years' time. We can project into the future and predict or imagine what might happen. We might worry, we might just focus on the future in terms of plans and schedules. It's not that any of this is wrong. This is very normal, and we need to be able to focus on the past and the future to function well in this world. It's just about how often we lose touch with the present moment and the mind wanders that can create tensions and stresses and unhappiness for us. So research tells us that our minds wander away from the present moment about half the time. So this is when we're awake. About half the time when we're awake, we are not really present with what's happening at all. And this leads to greater stress, tension, worry, anxiety. It can create more tensions in the mind, but also in a physical way as well, because we're not paying attention to messages from our body right when they're happening. So it is linked with dissatisfaction and a feeling of really not being happy or content. So when we are more present more often, we feel more of a sense of aliveness and engagement in life, more of a sense of being in control of our actions and our decisions and choices. So it makes really good sense to practice being more present more often. So I'll guide you in a short practice now, and towards the end of this short practice, I'll briefly guide you in a reflection just around being the end of a year. So we've come to the end of the year now, we're into 2019, and you might just consider what you might like to allow in for yourself in 2019. You know, we go around wishing each other a happy new year at this time of the year. So this is time for you just to take a few moments to consider what a happy new year might mean for you, because it might mean different things for different people. So like for example, what would create more happiness in your life, or more contentment, or more ease or relaxation or calmness? Would it be to learn how to meditate and to learn how to be a bit more peaceful and at ease in your life? Would it involve maybe getting out in nature more, or exercising more, spending more time with friends? So, you know, it depends on what your individual needs are. Okay, so let's begin. If you wish, you can just bring your body into a comfortable sitting position. So you can gently close your eyes, or if you want to leave your eyes open, you can just allow your gaze to drop down towards the floor, not focusing on anything in particular. And beginning by just getting a sense of the body, so dropping your attention down into the physical sensations in the body. So what do you feel in this moment? Can you feel the contact between your feet and the floor? Sensations of touch, pressure. Feeling the backs of the legs or the buttocks on the surface that you're sitting on. Having a sense that the weight in your body is moving down. You're just dropping in, arriving fully in this moment. Arriving into this body. Having a sense of how the body is in this moment. So just a general sense without going into any kind of fine detail. What's the general sense of the body? Is it a weary body today? Is it a relaxed body? Restless or tense body? A comfortable body? Warm or cool, or just right? So the body. And noticing how you're feeling in this moment. Aware of any emotions that are alive for you right now. So this might be very clear, or maybe you're not quite sure how you're feeling. Bringing awareness to any thoughts as they might be coming up into your mind as you sit here. And without doing anything about these thoughts, just noticing. Are these thoughts about what you're doing or about something else? And now opening to any sounds that you can hear without straining to hear any sounds. Receiving any sounds that are around you. So we've checked in with the body, emotions, thoughts, sounds, and we haven't tried to change anything or assess or judge anything. Just allowing things to be exactly as they are, allowing yourself to be as you are in this moment. Now very gently shifting your attention to become aware of the very fact that you're breathing. So allowing the body to breathe all by itself. You don't need to change the breath, but just letting your attention rest on the in and out of the breath as it comes and goes, moment by moment by moment. And anytime you notice that your attention has wandered off to something else other than the breath, maybe to something that seems more important in this moment, or just a general kind of mind wandering or distraction, just gather your attention back to the next breath. You don't need to judge or give out to yourself that this has happened. Just begin again, the next breath, feeling this breath as it comes in and goes out. And now let's spend just a few moments reflecting on the year that has passed. So we've just come to the end of 2018. So you might just get a sense of looking back over this year and getting a sense of how you were in 2018. How were you as you moved through the year? Your energy levels. How did you feel in your body, in your mind, in your relationships? And I know this is a lot to consider in a short space of time, but you might just get a kind of a sense of whether you feel things are quite balanced right now, you're taking care of yourself and you're feeling quite well in yourself, or maybe things have gone way out of whack and you've been intending for a while to just pause and take stock and look at this. And now as we begin this new year, 2019, just asking yourself the question, what would I like to bring in for myself this year? What would I like to cultivate for myself this year? What do I really need this year? Is it to spend more time in nature? Is it to spend more time with friends? Is it to feel more peaceful and calm? Is it to have less reactivity? To judge myself less or to judge others less? Just what is it that you wish for yourself this year? Some intentions for 2019. And it's not that this is the only time of the year that we can set intentions, but it is a kind of natural time when one chapter kind of closes of a year and another year begins. So it's one of those kind of conducive moments to actually pausing, taking stock, setting intentions. So now bringing attention to the sensations of touch, where your body is touching the surface that you're sitting on, feeling the hands where they're resting. If your eyes have been closed, you might just like to let some light in through your eyes. Okay. So thank you. So what we just did there is we directed our attention into what was happening right now. Body, thoughts, sounds, emotions, to our present moment experience. We didn't try to make it a certain way. So this is really important. This is what mindfulness practice is. It's noticing what's happening right now and allowing it to be as it is in that moment. And then when we really get to see things clearly, how we are in life, we then can respond in a really wise and skillful way to what's happening in our lives. We can make healthy and wise choices for ourselves. Okay, so I'd like to tell you a bit more about the 8-week program, the mindfulness-based stress reduction program. So this begins on the 29th of January. It's a Tuesday night and it's from 7 to 9:30 for 8 Tuesdays from the 29th of January at the Novara Centre in Bray. There is also a day retreat as part of the program on the 10th of March, so it's Sunday. So people come to this program to learn how to practice mindfulness in the form of formal mindfulness meditation. This is when we set time aside regularly to just practice, to do nothing else at the same time, but just simply to focus on the present moment and notice when mind is wandering. And we also learn in this program how to bring mindfulness, so more presence, into the other moments of our day. So when we're driving or engaging with a colleague or showering or eating or all the other moments of our day, there's a possibility of bringing more presence in. And this helps us to be present to all our moments. It helps us to notice the moments that are actually quite comfortable. There's joy. It helps us to savor those moments, and it also gets us. It helps us to see what creates stresses and tensions for us, so that we can begin to possibly shift some habits that we have that are not creating health for us. So it allows us to see things really, really clearly. It enhances our lives, helps us feel that we've got more quality of life. So people come to the course for different reasons, because they want to reduce stress levels, or maybe they're finding the experience of anxiety to be really quite difficult for them, with a history of depression, or finding it difficult to sleep, or being quite unhappy in generally in life, with some physical complaints, so headaches or body aches, muscle aches, fibromyalgia. Generally, you could kind of sum all of this up, whether it's mental or physical, to that, people come because they're suffering. People come because they're suffering in some way and they wish to alleviate this. So I want to share with you some feedback, some of the things that people say when they have gone through this program, and it'll give you an idea of how it has helped people. So here's one. I have found the course life-changing. I'm beginning to see real changes in myself, my attitudes in my daily life. Life is still life, but I have a greater ability to deal with it now, and I'm only beginning. The MBSR course has helped me emotionally, physically, mentally and spiritually more than any other course or book I have ever read. This is the best course you can do, whether you feel you need it or not. I would recommend this course to anyone who is suffering from stress or anxiety, or just wants to lead a calmer life. Recommend this course for anyone dealing with repeated negative thoughts. The MBSR program helps distance you from your thoughts, which I found very helpful. I'll just read out one more. This course will change your life in the most unexpected ways, the most unexpectedly positive and nourishing ways. So this is feedback from the most recent course we just finished in November, and this is fairly typical of the kind of things that people say when they go through the program. So I've mentioned that it's an 8-week program. It's on Tuesday nights. As part of the program as well, participants engage in home practice, and I give recordings so that people can follow along with guided meditations at home, and also other materials for home practice. So if you are thinking this might be the course for you, you'd be very welcome to come along, whether this is your first time to ever consider doing something like mindfulness, or whether you've been practicing meditation for decades. This program has something to offer you wherever you are at. And how you would get in touch with me is by email. So you can contact me, Catherine, at info@mindfulway.ie. So that's info@mindfulway.ie. So that's mindful with one L. Or on phone at 087 900 6408, 087 900 6408, and I can send you an application form, and we can have a chat as well by phone, just to talk about the suitability of the course for you at this time, what's involved, and so I can learn a little bit more about what your needs are and why you would want to take the program. So I hope to see some of you on the 29th of January. The course is about half full at the moment. The group will be about 12 people. If it fills up, it'll be maximum 12, possibly 13 people. And it wouldn't be the same without you in the group. So this is the truth. So I really welcome you to the group this year. And again, I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you a very happy 2019, whatever that means to you. Wishing you health and happiness this year. So thanks for making it all the way to the end of the video, and bye for now.